The desert wind carried more than sand across the red valley that summer. It carried whispers of fear. The Apache chief's son, young Dakota, had not always lived in darkness. Once, he had raced horses against the wind, struck arrows through circling hawks, and laughed louder than the canyon thunder. But after the fever came, after the smoke of the healer's herbs failed to clear his sight, the world vanished into a permanent night. The tribe believed spirits had marked him. Some said an enemy curse had crept into his blood. Others claimed the mountain gods demanded a sacrifice. The chief, a warrior whose voice could command storms, was helpless before his son's blindness. Each evening he sat outside his lodge, staring at the setting sun his boy would never see again, wondering which hurt more, the silence in Dakota's once playful voice or the weight of his own powerlessness. Then one day, a stranger arrived. She came not on horseback with banners nor with soldiers, but alone in a creaking wagon, her blue dress dusted with miles of travel. Her name was Eliza, and she carried no weapons, only books, bandages, and an unshakable calm in her eyes. The tribe watched her carefully. Trust was a rare gift. Yet when she heard of the chief's son, she did not recoil in fear or speak of curses. She asked only to see the boy. Inside the lodge, Dakota sat motionless, his gaze unfocused, his once proud shoulders bent inward. Eliza knelt before him and spoke gently, not as one who pitied him, but as one who believed something different. She asked questions no one else had asked. When did the darkness begin? Did it come suddenly or slowly? Did pain follow the fever? The chief listened from the shadows, arms crossed, skeptical yet desperate. Eliza examined Dakota's eyes carefully in the fading light. She saw something others had overlooked. Something small, almost invisible, clinging to the delicate surface of his vision. Days passed as she requested clean water, soft cloths, and patience. The tribe murmured. Why would a powerful chief allow a stranger to touch his son's eyes? But the chief had seen something in her, a certainty stronger than superstition. On the seventh morning, beneath a sky painted gold, Eliza began her careful work. Dakota trembled but did not pull away. She whispered encouragement, her hands steady as stone. And then, in a moment so quiet the wind itself seemed to pause, she removed something no one could have imagined. Tiny hardened layers formed by infection and neglect, clouded films that had sealed his sight shut like invisible shackles. The tribe leaned closer as Dakota gasped, blinking furiously. At first there was only brightness, painful and overwhelming. Then shapes. Then colors. The first thing he saw was his father's face, streaked with tears he had sworn never to shed again. A cry rose from the valley, not of war but of wonder. The boy who had lived in darkness opened his eyes to a world reborn. And in that moment, the tribe realized the greatest power was not fear, nor magic, nor even strength. It was knowledge guided by courage. But the miracle did not end there, for the true test would be what followed. Could trust grow where suspicion once lived? Could two worlds stand side by side without one trying to conquer the other? The answer would shape their future forever. News of Dakota's restored sight spread faster than wildfire through dry grass. Neighboring tribes sent messengers, not to challenge, but to witness the impossible. The chief's son walked once more beneath open skies, his laughter echoing against canyon walls that had missed its sound. Yet with every blessing comes a trial. Some warriors feared dependence on an outsider. If her knowledge saved him, they asked, what else might we lack? The chief wrestled with this question nightly. Strength had always meant self-reliance. But had pride nearly cost his son a lifetime of darkness? Eliza, meanwhile, asked for nothing. No gold, no land, no title. She simply taught. She showed mothers how to boil water to cleanse wounds, how to recognize sickness before it grew deadly, how to see problems not as curses but as challenges to be understood. At first, only a few listened. Then more came. Dakota himself became her strongest ally. He spoke not of miracles, but of moments, the warmth of sunrise he could see again, the intricate patterns of woven blankets, the fierce beauty of an eagle's wings. Darkness taught me something, he told the warriors. It taught me how precious light is. His words softened hearts hardened by fear. One evening, as the tribe gathered around the fire, the chief stood and addressed his people. He did not speak of weakness. He spoke of growth. A tree that refuses new water will wither, he said. My son sees because we chose courage over suspicion. The valley, once divided by doubt, began to transform into a place where tradition and learning walked together. Eliza prepared to leave quietly, believing her work done. But on the morning of her departure, the chief stopped her wagon. Dakota stood beside him, eyes bright with determination. "You gave me back the sky," he said. "Let us give you something in return, a promise. We will not let fear blind us again." The chief offered her safe passage and lifelong friendship, an alliance built not on conquest but respect. As her wagon rolled toward the horizon, the tribe no longer saw her as a stranger. She was the woman who dared to look closer when others looked away. And Dakota, once lost in darkness, would one day lead with a vision shaped by both ancestral wisdom and newfound understanding. His story would remind generations that sometimes the thing blinding us is not fate, nor spirits, nor enemies, but something small, unseen, waiting for brave hands to remove it. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that hope can return even in the deepest darkness, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join us for more powerful stories of courage, transformation, and unexpected miracles. The next story might just open your eyes in ways you never imagined.